But you can see the shoreline here. It's just starting to get a little bit mushy. I don't know if the camera will pick it up now. It's on super view, so maybe it will. And so again, we don't know what that's going to look like in 4 or 5 hours. So. Life is good! Everybody, friends and family, associates, viewers, subscribers, whoever you are in the world, welcome to another edition of NTS Adventures. Well, I got to tell you, friends, it's been an exceptional year here. When I mean exceptional, I mean weird exceptional. Last week, for those of you that watched my video called Taking a Rip Up Bissett Creek Road with myself and my wife and Mark and Marie, will notice that we came back to this lake and we did some poking around, and to our disbelief, it is actually thick enough, we believe, to fish on. And what's really crazy about this is the guy holding the camera, a friend of mine, and Mark over there in the corner, they actually went out on the Ottawa River in their boat. And today we're out here ice fishing. This is absolutely crazy. So hey, I tell you what, guys, grab yourself a coffee, grab a drink, grab yourself a smoke. We do live in Canada after all. And check it out for 20 minutes or so. You might enjoy it. Stay tuned. Thank you. So in the interest of safety, my comrades and I have decided that the best thing to do, because we're not 100% sure what the ice conditions are like here, the ice conditions rather. I mean, there's another crew of people out there, so I assume it's okay. But you can't take that for granted, in my opinion. Because you see some people on the ice doesn't mean it's going to be good. Particularly if you're going in a different direction, which we are. So, out of an abundance for caution, we parked the bikes up on shore and we decided to walk the half a kilometer or so, maybe not even, out to where we plan on fishing. And plus, it's good PT. Physical training, that is. And you can never have enough PT. So, we just got out here. We got our holes drilled. We drilled probably a dozen or so. In the interest of safety, we did walk out here, even though upon punching the holes, we realized that we do have a good foot of ice, which probably would have been safe enough to get the buggies out here. However, if you put your buggy out here and spend the day out here, it's supposed to go up to 6 or 7 today, you never know what the edges are going to look like on your way out. So out of an abundance for caution, we decided to walk out and punch our holes. Which, like I said, wasn't a big deal. We got a little bit of exercise, but you can see the shoreline here. It's just starting to get a little bit mushy. I don't know if the camera will pick it up now. It's on super view, so maybe it will. And so again, we don't know what that's going to look like in 4 or 5 hours. So we decided to walk out, punch some holes, and get at her. Of course, fishing with my good friends Mark and Kevin. We're targeting specifically lake trout today. As I've stated before, this is a stocked lake trout lake. So we're gonna see how she goes. It's beautiful out here. It's about plus 6 degrees Celsius. Probably gonna go up to 7 or 8. And we're okay with that. we're just going to enjoy the day here and hopefully catch a fish or two. Well, we are officially dialed in. Mark and Kevin are behind me, about 25 and 50 meters-ish. Fishing in about 40 feet of water. That dead stick over there to my left is probably maybe in 43. But nonetheless, we're somewhere between 35 and 45, that's what we'll just say. And we're just going to jig away here for a little while. And if we don't have any luck in half hour, maybe an hour, depending on how we're feeling, we're just going to start moving down the lake here, maybe towards the point or back to where we came yet. We haven't decided yet, and drill a couple more holes. We're traveling pretty light today, as you can see, and that was a decision we made out of the interest of safety. Like I said earlier, we didn't want to bring our buggies on the ice, so Mark brought a tub, they threw some gear in it, and I dragged my stuff out on this mat, and life is good. We'll see how she goes, and we'll keep you guys posted. Stay tuned. Pick that up, but this is a really good example of why you can't trust ice this time of year, or any time of year for that matter, unless you've had like 30 days of -20 consistently. And even then, some lakes are different in terms of being spring-fed, pH levels and location, etc. But if you notice, when I punched that first hole there, it took me a little while to get in. It was sitting at about 10-12 inches of ice, which is what I'm fishing right here. And I don't know if I picked it up on camera or not, but when I punched that second hole, how quickly I went through. That one's only about 6, maybe 7 inches. And that's only about 20, maybe 25 feet for where I am right now. So it kind of reiterates the importance of moving slow and being methodical when you're out here on the ice, especially this time of year in a warm winter like we've had. Just taking your time punching holes and establishing the fact that you do have good ice before you fish it. Yeah, it's much thinner over there, man. Today's dead stick presentation so far is just a little silver and green Clio. I just kind of go over and give it a little twist every now and then, a little pull, and maybe give it some flash. But if the trout are active, which they don't appear to be right now, they will hit that. It doesn't necessarily have to be moving. As long as you have some bait on there, they'll move to the bait as the attractant. And even if there's a little bit of current down there, or whatever the world is 40 feet down below, sometimes you'll get a little wiggle out of that, and all it takes is a little bit of a shine to catch their eye. So that's what we're doing here. Most of the guys, I think Mark and myself, are using a white tube, and I don't know what Kevin's using, but we'll see how she goes here. Hopefully we'll get one or two before the day ends. I'll say hello to Mark. Mark, can we see what your presentation is? Mark's styled in here. Oh, he's got it. That's a beauty. So we got a bit of a white tube with a little bit of chartreuse tail. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use, I suppose. So, is that the same one you were using when you caught that trout there a month ago? Yeah.
No, I don't think I had any chartreuse dye on it at all.
Okay.
It's just straight white. But I think the secret is that little delectable piece of meat right there. Wiggly wiggler.
I think you're right.
You gotta have it on there. If not, you know, you're just soaking your lure.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when they're not doing anything like today, right? Mark's got his dead stick set up over here on one of those elevated stands that he hasn't built me yet. And we'll come over here and see Kevin.
You mean the elevated stand Kevin brought?
What are you using, Kevin? Can we take a look?
Sure, may as well. Fish aren't biting it. So I don't know
it's early yet, brother. Oh, wow, beauty. Wow, that's a nice one.
It's a little flap and shad. What's that, maybe a 4-inch?
Yeah.
And a short shank ball jig.
With a stinger.
And then a clip-in stinger treble because it might be a little light biting. It's got a nice pink back on it.
Can I take a look at that? That's a real nice, that's a nice presentation, man.
Those are
holy cow, perfect.
Berkeley.
Berkeley? Yeah, cool.
Ripple shad or whatever. And something very similar on the dead stick, but just tipped with a little bit of earthworm there.
Okay.
So that,
cool.
because this one I'm moving and that one I'm not. So.
Right. And how much? You're probably about 10 feet right here, I guess, eh?
I'm maybe a dozen feet there and actually closer to 18 here.
That quickly?
Yeah, that quickly. So I thought I'd cover this while you guys were doing the deeper.
Yeah, fair enough. Might have some shore cruisers.
I mean, you guys aren't catching them out there. I can not catch them in here. It's equal.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, at least we're covering the ground here anyway.
I'm taking one for the team.
Exactly. Now that dude, he's moving around the point there. I don't know if you guys can pick that up. He's been out here presumably all morning. Yeah, exactly. So you don't leave fish to find fish. That's a fact. Mark, you gonna go punch a different hole?
No, I'm just gonna turn around so the sunlight's on.
We're heading back. We're heading off the ice. Had a couple hits, no fish. Overall wasn't a good ice fishing season for me. I think might have caught a dozen fish the whole winter, but it's okay. It's over, and we're gonna reset. And next time I get on the water, we're gonna be in a boat, hopefully. And we'll see how that goes. For now, we're packing up, gonna get in our bikes and enjoy the ride back. that's it. That's a wrap. Another episode of NTS Adventures, everybody. I know it was nothing too exciting there today, but you know, for me, the way I look at it, for the time it takes to take out the camera and take a couple clips, because really that's all it is. I know that when you guys are watching, it's only 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Truthfully, it's only not much more than that in terms of filming. So when we go out for 5-6 hours like we did today, taking a couple clips here and there and posting it, well, I certainly don't mind doing it. I find it a lot of fun, and I particularly enjoy the editing. Anyway, guys, you guys know the spiel here. Life is hard. Have fun and support your troops. We'll see you next time on NTS Adventures. Colin out. Life is good!